Hello, in this video I'll talk about my Nikon F3, the basic functions of it, and what I think about this camera. So here's my Nikon F3 with the 50mm Nikon lens on it, and I'll just go over the basics of how this camera functions and how you work this camera. So this camera is pretty easy to learn function wise, and it's a pretty durable camera. If you just feel this in your hands, you'll notice how heavy it is and how durable it feels. So you have your viewfinder right here, which is detachable. So if you just pull these tabs right here, it comes off. And there's a screen right here where you can shoot your camera from the waist. And to place it back into place, you just press down on it and it clicks into place. You have your shutter speed knob right here, which also comes with aperture priority. And you have your film rewind. And it's an electronic shutter, so you have to turn it on so that the shutter can actually release. So you just flip this tab right here. If you see red, that means that the camera is on, and when you press the shutter release button, it releases the shutter. But if you happen to not have batteries or the batteries died, you can release the shutter manually with this little knob right here. So if you hit this knob, the shutter will release at 1/68th of a second. So there is one way to manually use this camera, but it's only at 1/68th of a second. Also, what I didn't show you earlier was if you take off the viewfinder, you'll see the light meter display screen right here. So if you have the camera on and you just tap the shutter release button, the light meter should come on. And you have this little red button right here to illuminate the light meter if it's a low light condition or you're shooting in the dark, which is pretty useful. This camera also does have a 10-second timer, which I don't use at all. But if you do happen to use it, there'll be a red flashing light that comes on when you use the timer. To open the camera, there's a little tab right here. You just press to the right and lift up. So on the inside, it's pretty similar to other SLRs, and loading film is pretty much the same if you have shot with SLRs before. To change the ISO, you have a little display screen right here, and you change the ISO by holding down this button and just turning the wheel one direction or the other to change the ISO. And the button is a silver button right here. And that's really about it. This camera is pretty easy to use, pretty durable, and I've had a lot of fun shooting with it. So enjoy the photos that I will show you next, and until next time. If you like this video, give me a like. Thanks.